Hey YouTube, Android Goat here. I want to do an early impressions sort of video about the EMPEDC Nymble W. I did an unboxing for it, but I was really unhappy with it, both the unboxing video and the knife itself. So I decided not to do it. I took a little bit of time and decided to come back to it. First off, this is, as I said, the Nymble W. It has, I'm going to give you some quick stats that I stole from their website. It's got a 3.3 inch M390 blade. It's, satin, not bad. If satin's your thing, which it's fine. Like I don't have a strong opinion one way or another about satin finishes. I think that they can be fine, and I think that this is a pretty decent example of one. Cutting edge of this is only 2.8 inches because of this choil here. The handle's about 4.3 inches, so it's got an overall length of 7.65 inches. The handle's titanium. It's got this frag pattern, as you can see, and I went with the black with the bronze finished hardware, which I really like. And as you can see right now, this thing has great action. But when I took it out of the box, I flicked it open, and it flicked open great. And then closing it, it was a metal on metal scraping sound, and it was really terrible. The blade wouldn't fall easily. It's not like it wouldn't go back into its home, but it did not want to do it quietly. There was something, like, it was so bad, I actually was like, did they forget to put bearings in this? What is wrong with this knife? So I took the knife apart, and it turned out that inside of one of the scales there was just a tiny little burr, and that's all it was. So I knocked the burr off, and now the action is fantastic. The thing is, it's a $325 knife, and I kind of feel like for $325 you shouldn't have to troubleshoot your knife. You should get the knife out of the box and it should just work. Opinions are probably going to vary on that. Especially, since it was such a minor thing, there are probably some people that are like, whatever, you fixed it, who cares? And honestly, that's kind of how I feel now. Now that knowing that it was just a simple problem, I'm happy with this knife. I think this is a fantastic knife. I don't need 3 opening methods because, come on. I'm going to reverse flick it almost every single time. I only do this to give it a little bit of variety, which I guess is why it has them, but I would be just as happy with this knife if it only had the opening slot. What else did I want to say? I don't know. How do you feel about a $325 knife that doesn't come perfect out of the box? And I wasn't worried because I've heard from multiple people that John, I believe that's his name, at EMPEDC, that he's happy to make things right for people. I know he says, shoot him a message on Instagram, send him an email, whatever, and he'll be happy to help you. So I don't doubt that at all. I'm sure he would have taken the knife back, sent me another one, or fixed it himself. But it was something I could fix, so I just did it and didn't worry about it. It just bothers me that at that price point, I assume that they're all QC'd before they leave, and it just blows my mind that you would flick the knife open and try to close it and think, yeah, that's fine. But anyway, he had a lot of them to get out. I'm not gonna bash him. This isn't what that video is for. This isn't what that video is for. That isn't what this video is for. That's words. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to. It wasn't like, oh, let me go to my 2 followers and flame the guy. That's not what this is. It bummed me out. If I spend $150 on a knife and I get a knife and it, out of the box and it doesn't work perfectly, I'm like, what the F? Like, this should just work. But when I'm spending over $300, I just want the knife to be perfect out of the box. Anyway, now that I've had the knife for about a week, like I said, I'm very happy with it. It's a great knife. Like, did it come super sharp? No, that's the other thing. I've had knives, much cheaper knives, that came as sharp or sharper out of the box. But does it cut? Yes. And did running it over a strop fix any little issues that it might have had? Yes. So again, minor fixes that, didn't bother me to do. It just, I don't know. How do you feel? How do you feel if you spend $300 on a knife? Do you think it should come perfect? Do you think a couple of minor flaws are acceptable? I don't know. I'm not bummed out about it. Bleh. So I'm kind of just running off at the mouth and repeating myself at this point. So I don't know. Still trying to find my voice, trying to figure out how I want to do these things. I feel like my brain is like, yes, you want to make a video, you want to put it up on YouTube, and then the time comes to do it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing, and I don't really know what I want to say. This time I had a few things that I did want to say, and just I said them, so I'm going to close now, but I would like to hear some feedback. If you happen to watch this video, congratulations. I don't know how you found it, but anyway, if you do watch the video, yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you expect from a knife, whether it's a $50 knife, a $100 knife, $300 knife. Do you expect your knife to come out of the box working perfectly? Are you okay with minor imperfections, especially if they're things that you can fix yourself? Let me know how you feel. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and I will see you again.